Okay, try this again. What's up, people? Welcome to the last episode of ADD on Video for 2016. Thank you for watching all my videos this year, all 3 of them, although maybe 4 now. This might be the 5th because we're doing 2 this week. Hopefully you caught the other one. I want to wrap the year up in a little special way of my own. If any of you know me in real life, you know that music is a huge part of my life. I can't function without it. I need music to walk. I need music to work. I need music to cook. I need music to everything. I really just need music in my life. Anyway, so I thought for my final video of 2016, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a countdown of my top 5 albums that came out in 2016. This isn't an actual countdown. There is no order to what I'm going to be doing these in. These are just the albums that I thought were amazing and I listened to a ton of during 2016, according to my Spotify stats and just what I remember really loving this year. Before we jump into my actual top 5 albums of the year, I want to show you my numbers according to Spotify. Every year Spotify sends you one of these about how much you listen to music on Spotify this year, and every year I say, I'm going to beat that next year. But I never write it down, and I always forget what number I'm aiming to beat. So now we're going to have video evidence. Keep in mind, this is just what I listened to this year on Spotify. It doesn't count anything I listen to while I'm walking, and I have stuff that I own already on my iPhone, on my computer, stuff I stream somewhere else, YouTube, on my iPod, or who owns an iPod anymore? Blah, 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 whatever. This is just Spotify. On Spotify in 2016, I did a whopping 47,764 minutes of music streaming. Not too shabby. All that time equaled me listening to just shy of 6,000 different tracks this year by about 4,000 different artists. We're going to beat that next year. Okay, and now, the big show, my top 5 albums of 2016 in no particular order. Oh yeah, I'm be prepared for a pretty eclectic mix of music here. I'm not your average listener. I go all over the map. Number 5 is a Gorgeous Fortune EP by Kamau. Now Kamau, I had no idea who he was at the beginning of the year. He popped up on a random list in Spotify for me, and I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, and I started checking him out. If I had to describe Kamau, it would be fun rap mixed with alt-J type alternative music beats. Anyways, really fun album. Go ahead, check it out. I think a lot of you will like it. He sort of spans the gap of genres, so enjoy. Number 4, everybody's going to know, and all my cool hip friends are going to make fun of me for this, but Sia's This Is Acting is definitely a top album for me this year. I'm a sucker for a good pop song, and Sia just kills it on the pop song fronts. If you don't know, Sia writes a ton of songs for some of your favorite pop artists, and I'm pretty sure that this album is actually just ones that didn't get picked up by other artists, but they're still amazing, and I couldn't imagine most of these songs with somebody else's voice other than Sia on it. And I know it might be a little lame to gush over a giant pop album, but I swear to God, when this came out, I couldn't stop bumping it for like 2 weeks straight. It was all I would listen to. It's really fucking good. Choice number 3 is Pups, A Dream Is Over. Some good old Canadian punk music here. I really like this. I was a punk back in the mid-90s when I was in high school, and this album just reminds me of stuff I used to listen to back then. These guys also get a special shout-out because they're Canadian, they're from Toronto, and if you haven't seen their latest video for Sleep in the Heat, I'll put a link down there. If you're anything of a pet person, you might bring a tear to your eye, and you don't say that very often about punk music videos. Coming in at number 2 for me is another band that I had no idea who they were at the beginning of the year, and that's Big Gigantic with their album Brighter Future. This is another band that came up for me on one of those Spotify pre-done playlists, and I just really loved them. I started checking out their album, and then I started building Spotify radio stations off of these guys. They introduced me to this whole new genre of this new wave electro funk music is the best way to describe it. It's really great for walking. It's great for working too. It's just good, fun music. I really love these guys, and I can't believe I didn't know about them before. And finally, my number 1 album from 2016, even though it's not really my number 1 album. Remember, this is in no particular order. It's Chance the Rapper's Coloring Book mixtape. So I actually gave this album the #1 spot for a specific reason. It's because A, it's just hot fire, really good hip hop, great music, great beats, great lyrics. The guy kills it. But what I especially like about this guy is how he's done everything without a record label. It's just unheard of these days. He's built up this amazing career where he's made beats and worked with incredible artists. This actually came out as an Apple Music exclusive, which means he made a ton of cash off of that this year before it got released everywhere else. Everything he does himself, and he's just killing it. So he gets the special #1 spot this year. So those are my top 5 albums of 2016. I want to know, what was your #1 album in 2016? Leave it below. Let me know. I'm going to check it out. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Don't forget that you can always catch me on other social networks. I'm throwing them up here. Find me. Let's talk there. And one last time, I just want to thank you all so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I hope I'm going to make a ton more in 2017. And we'll see you then. Hey, Jers, come here. Say goodbye to the people. Say bye.